anxious, whether you're feeling you aren't making any headway or you're even making a difference, you need to get out of that mindset, out of that pit hole, out of that tunnel in your mind to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of The Impact Play. We are much more than your average gaming podcast. We have evolved beyond than just health and wellness. Our focus is to make a positive impact that brings us out beyond the gaming space and to bring positivity into a much clearer perspective. We are The Impact Play. I am one of your show hosts, it's Yaku, and let's begin with episode 44. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, you've got this. So before we get into the gaming side of things, we will discuss a more positive note. So whether you're feeling anxious, whether you're feeling you aren't making any headway, you aren't making any progress towards your goals, you need to get out of that mindset, out of that negativity. If you're associating negativity with your goal or whatever it is you're trying to pursue, negative things will be multiplied into your life. So you need to have a more positive mindset. Be grateful for the little things in your life. Be grateful for waking up in the morning, and you will see a tremendous change in your life. Learn to be happy instead of being frustrated over things you can't control. Instead, start focusing on things you can't control. Start going to sleep early, wake up even earlier, and start working towards your goals. Start working towards your dreams and make that change in your life. For change does not begin unless you are willing to change from within. Simply meaning, stop feeling self-anxious, start doubting yourself. Even when you take a break, sometimes you may feel like you're letting other people down. Instead, you have to learn to start being selfish. Not entirely selfish, but selfish meaning take off when you need it. Take a break when you need to. Take a step back and just breathe. Enjoy the little things. Enjoy life. For if it's not making you happy, then what is its purpose? You need to start striving for the things that make you happy, because your own happiness is what truly matters. Even if you're not satisfied with where you are now, start working towards your goals. It's little by little, step by step. For every little bit of progress is still progress. For instance, even if you do one push-up today, that is still a workout, and you never ever take a look as it's a bad workout. Instead, focus on what you can do. Focus on the little things, and then you could take on the bigger things. So step by step, and your life will truly change. Now we go into the main segment of the show, gaming. We will discuss a few topics, a few updates with gaming in general, and gaming news and the likes. Let's see. Okay, let's get my notes ready. EA's dedicated event EA Play will continue in an all-digital format. And this is coming from Connor Sheridan over on Games Radar. EA Play will continue in June, even with E3's cancellation. E3 Play will begin on June 11th. The publisher has announced. While previous EA Play events have been a combination of stage shows and in-person demo sessions for attendees, this year the event will be entirely digital. You can still expect EA to roll out world premieres, news, and more throughout EA Play Live. Just a brief history. EA hasn't confirmed any games that will appear at the EA Play event yet, or what specific format the presentation will take. So I guess we'll just have to wait for we just have to wait for EA for more announcements. Waiting around and expecting things to fall from the sky is the wrong mindset. Also, as a shout out to all the moms out there during this Mother's Day. You're doing such an amazing job. Keep going forward. We wouldn't be here without you. So happy Mother's Day. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order free DLC. And this is coming from, where are you? Wesley Lily Blank. I have to get better with names. But here we go. A surprise DLC for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is now live, and it brings a slew of cosmetics, a battle grid, and new game plus and combat challenges to the game. A free DLC update has been revealed in the trailer from developer Respawn today as part of the Star Wars May the 4th be with you celebration. The Jedi Fallen Order DLC unlocks cosmetics and new combat challenges that can be accessed through meditation points. These challenges take place on different planets featured throughout the game. You can check out the trailer below. As you can see, the combat challenges are wave-based arena challenges that will see protagonist Kale Castillas face off against a number of foes and throughout the game story. Then now, let's talk about some more positive Stadia news. The wireless controller can finally connect wirelessly to your PC. Google Stadia launched back in November with a wireless controller that could connect only wirelessly to a Chromecast Ultra. Playing on a PC or laptop required a dedicated USB connection. An update to the controller rolled out this week allowed them to connect wirelessly to any browser-based Stadia client. This week's Stadia controller update changes that. Now players can use their mobile Stadia app to update the controller's firmware, allowing it to connect to their browser-based client using their wireless internet connection. Once updated, players can hold down the Stadia controller link button, enter in on-screen mode, and play Stadia games wirelessly until the battery dies. Oh, forgot to mention this. This article was written by Mike Fahey on Kotaku. Slytherin introduces new indie label and fund, aka K Project. So strategy developer and publisher seeks riskier indie projects in the genre for funding, co-develop support. 20 years ago, strategy game developers and publisher Slytherin was made up of just three guys in a basement, says marketing director Marco Minoli. But since then, they sold their first game to Paradox Interactive, gained independence, became self-funded, and now have a storefront with pages and pages of strategy titles. Some internally developed, some published for partner studios. We've learned a lot, but the market's completely different now. He says we feel like it's time to say what we can do to help others in the same situation we were in 20 years ago to build their own dreams. We were lucky we're still here after 20 years. So it's time to take this opportunity to start giving back. We feel that it's the right time for us directors of this company to take it a step further. Like many game companies, Slytherin is seeking increases in revenue as more people stay inside and play games due to COVID-19. That bolster, combined with its desire to give back to indies, has resulted in Slytherin's latest initiative, K Project. K Project is a new publishing fund and label under Slytherin for indie strategy game developers conceived and led by Benoli. Through it, the publishers hope to find riskier new indie project titles to take under its wing and grow to the need of the developer, with K Project titles able to receive funding, marketing, publishing services, or even code development help with aspects such as art or programming if needed. Once those games are published, Slytherin has pledged 5% of all its earnings from those titles to return to a pool that will fund even more K Project games. It's already promised $100,000 to the pool to get started, which is such an amazing way of giving back. Because they've already been there, they've gone through that path, they're helping others going through that same path, which is such an awesome way of giving back, of paying it forward. Kudos to them. And this was written by Rebecca Valentine via gamesindustry.biz. You can expect the Old West fight for survival or bring down a corrupt kingdom in this month's Game Pass offerings via GameSpot. This is written by Steve Watts on Game Pass. Game Pass adds 6 more games in May, including Halo 2 on PC. You can explore the Old West, fight for survival, or even bring down a corrupt kingdom with this month's Game Pass offerings. Update may have begun, and Red Dead Redemption 2 and DayZ are both now available. The remainder of the games will arrive later this month. Original story is as follows. Okay, we're well into May now, and Microsoft has detailed even more games coming to Game Pass for both PC and Xbox One this month. As usual, there's a little crossover between titles, but most of it's unique to each platform. Most importantly, however, is that one of the most acclaimed first-person shooters in history will be playable on PC for the very first time. Okay, first, in the Xbox One announcement, Microsoft reiterated its prior note that Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming on started on May 7th. That date will also add the open world survival game DayZ a week later on May 14th, which is 4 days from now. The classic RPG Final Fantasy 9 will join the lineup, followed by the indie title Fractured Minds, which explores anxiety and mental health issues on May 19th. Meanwhile, the PC announcement also shows Final Fantasy IX coming to the service alongside Halo 2 via the Master Chief Collection and the 4-time strategy game Endless Legend. Both announcements also note that they were recently released Moving Out and Streets of Rage 4 in case you missed those. Okay, so we got the Halo 2, Final Fantasy IX, and this Legend for PC. And yeah, that's pretty much it. On the positive side of Xbox Game Pass, Facebook is working on an updated version of its Oculus Quest VR headset. Facebook is reportedly toying with a smaller size and increased refresh rate for the next iteration of its standalone Oculus Quest VR headset. Sources close to the matter tell Bloomberg. The publication says that multiple potential Quest successors are in the works at Oculus that change up the size, material, and specifications offered by the nearly year-old device. Which is great that there's a slew of upgrades in the works for the Quest. And this was written by Elisa McCallum via Gamas Ocha. Okay, So, speaking of positive news, here's even more. Xbox 2020. Join us as we look into the future of Xbox. And this was written by Gerard West, CVP of Gaming Marketing over at news.xbox.com. What was already going to be a once-in-a-generation year for gaming, a new generation of consoles, a wave of next-generation games, and the launch of new ways to play with the game streaming 2020 has become the year that challenged us all and tested every commitment we've made in the face of COVID-19. Difficult tests tend to reveal your true priorities, and for us, they are health and safety of all our employees, our fans, as well as our partners. We also want to be transparent and letting our players know what we are doing and we are thinking during such a crucial time. Clearly, this year has challenged us to rethink that way we come together to celebrate the important milestones in gaming. And that means working with the knowledge that we may not be able to come together in the physical space. However, seeing firsthand the resolve of Xbox players, families, and friends coming together, doing the right thing, and staying home to help flatten the curve, we've all felt energized to rethink our approach. We can share that feeling of excitement and anticipation as we all get in gaming's biggest moments. What's in store for 2020? Our goals remain to launch Xbox Series X and Halo Infinite this holiday. All 15 Xbox Game Studios teams are hard at work on next generation games for Xbox Series X as well as Xbox Game Pass. So starting in May, there will be an Inside Xbox event every month until holiday 2020. So stay tuned to Xbox Wire for even more details. Which is great. Everybody's looking towards the digital front to connect and keep all of us updated. Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath DLC brings even new characters, stages, and a brand new story. And this was written by Alessandra Villari on GameSpot. NetherRealm Studios' Mortal Kombat 11 recently celebrated its first anniversary, and the developers even teased that even more content was on the way for the evolving fighting game. Now, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath has been revealed, and is the first expansion of its kind for the franchise, in addition to adding 3 new fighters, including the next guest character, Robocop. It also includes new stages, new fatalities, and friendships, and unexpected, even more story content, releasing on May 26 for PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Stadia. Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath will mark the beginning of Year 2 content for NetherRealm's fighting game. For the first time in the series, Mortal Kombat will see an expansion to the game's existing main story, which will bring recurring antagonist Shang Tsung to the forefront, set immediately after MK11's conclusion, which saw Li Kang ascend to godhood and defeat Kronika. He and Raiden seek to create a new and better timeline for all realms. However, Shang Tsung and his allies Nightwolf and Fujun intervene, revealing a greater threat is at play. So it's a new epilogue storyline. It's just great that new content is on the way. A new Call of Duty and World of Warcraft Shadowlands are still on track for this year. Looks like we're getting a brand new game for Call of Duty as well, which is great. This Modern Warfare made such a huge change in the gaming space, where crossplay is concerned. Like other game companies, employees at Activision's various studios have been forced to work remotely over the past several weeks by COVID-19 outbreak. And this is written by Andy Chalk on PCGamer.com. During a post-earnings financial call today, company executives said that the transition has been challenging, but major releases including the next Call of Duty game and World of Warcraft Shadowlands remain on track coming out this year. Although the shift to remote working does add complexity and challenges in some areas of the game development process, including creative collaboration, motion capture, voiceover work, localization, and quality assurance. We are implementing mitigation measures to address each of these areas, Chief Operation Officer Danielle Allegra said. Importantly, based on the work to date, we will expect to deliver a robust slate of content over the remainder of the year. This includes the next premium release of Call of Duty, 2 titles based on library IP from Activision, the World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion, regional testing for mobile titles, and ongoing live operations across our key franchises. So as always, these will be open Q&A, so if you'd like to discuss the current topics or we have even more topics to discuss, let us know in chat and we will talk about it. It's always good to stay hydrated, always take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself should always be top priority, no matter what. The latest Unreal Engine update adds PS5 and Xbox Series X support. This is written by Steve Watts on GameSpot. Epic Games has released Unreal Engine version 4.25 with one big marquee feature to prepare it for next generation of consoles. This release marks the initial support for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, with most support promised for subsequent updates coming this year. The company made the announcement on the Unreal Engine blog, saying that the 4.25 branch of updates will include even more optimizations and fixes for devs working on next-gen games. Some specific planned features named by the company are new audio advancements, support for online subsystems, and certain certification requirements. This comes alongside a host of other changes and updates to the Unreal Engine as a whole, regardless of platform. Epic mentions that it's been testing some features like Niagara VFX and Chaos Physics to its platform game Fortnite, which has helped shape the UE update. It also supports Microsoft's HoloLens 2 and real-time ray tracing. We'll get our first look for some next generation games this week during Xbox Series X games, and we've already talked about that last week. We are proud to contribute to the Giving Tuesday Now global initiative to support the communities where we live, work, and play. EA is matching employee donations 2-1 to charitable organizations of their choice through June 30th. And this is coming from inside EA's Twitter feed. It's such a way of giving back. Especially in regards to gaming. Nobody panic. We've got all the games announced and previewed during the last Inside Xbox right here. And this is an article written by Austin Wood on Games Radar. The May 7th Inside Xbox event was all about Xbox Series X gameplay. Microsoft trotted out a whopping 13 games for the system. We saw a mix of cross-generation titles, upcoming big hitters, and all new announcements. Many of these games are also part of Microsoft's Smart Delivery program, meaning people who own them on Xbox One will get an Xbox Series X copy for free, and vice versa. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Smart Delivery? Yes. Bright Memory Infinite, Smart Delivery compatible? Correct. Call of the Sea, Smart Delivery. Chorus, Smart Delivery. Dirt 5, Smart Delivery. Madden NFL 21, no Smart Delivery. Scarlet Nexus, Smart Delivery. Scorn, no Smart Delivery. Second Extinction, yes, Smart Delivery. The Ascent has Smart Delivery. The Medium, no Smart Delivery. Vampire, The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has Smart Delivery. In addition to Yakuza Like a Dragon, which also has Smart Delivery. And I know a lot of people are upset that they didn't really see any gameplay for this new console, the Series X. Even though there was gameplay via other games, people were expecting bigger titles such as Valhalla, Assassin's Creed, and Madden, and similar AA, even AAA titles. First and foremost, Microsoft did not need to issue an apology. It was just your expectations need to be well informed as well as mitigated, which meaning that you should have they said it in their Twitter feeds beforehand that they're gonna showcase third parties, which they did. And there are a lot of titles we wouldn't have even paid attention to it if they showed bigger titles. We would have paid more attention to the bigger titles instead of the smaller ones. Instead, we have more games to look forward to, more games that we could look to play now, actually. Just because people were expecting something bigger, something else, even though Microsoft said that they're gonna have an announcement every month leading up to the holiday of 2020. People just need to have the right mindset. That is all. But they did issue an apology. This is coming via Eurogamer. Microsoft have responded to the criticism of this week's Xbox Series X gameplay reveal, admitting it had set wrong expectations for fans. And just as a reminder, even though the Valhalla didn't exactly show gameplay, that was in-game footage. They may have been cutscenes, what have you, but they were from gameplay, which you would have seen if you were playing the game. The company has teased Xbox Series X gameplay for the special Inside Xbox show, but gameplay was in short supply as Microsoft issued a raft of trailers from third-party publishers and developers. Had we not said anything and just shown May Inside Xbox show like we did last month, I suspect the reactions may have been different. Clearly, we have some wrong expectations, and that's on us. We appreciate all the feedback, and we can assure you we will take it all in and learn as a team. And this is coming from Xbox Games Marketing at Microsoft, Aaron Greenberg. Even though it wasn't necessary, it was still great to hear that from Microsoft. Here's another thing actually in regards to Xbox. This is coming from Major Nelson, his Twitter feed. So the sound as well as let me play it for you guys in chat. This sound that was teased about a couple days ago was actually from the console. So this is the boot up animation as well as the sound for the new Xbox Series X. Apex Legends Season 5 adds a story mode that explores the characters. written by Jordan Ramy on GameSpot. Respawn has finally detailed how Quest, the new mode coming to Apex Legends in Season 5, Fortune's Favor, will work. Though Quest is primarily a PvE mode, it will incorporate the PvP side of Respawn's Battle Royale game. Season 5's Quarantine, I just quarantine stuck in my head. Season 5's questline is called The Broken Ghost. Each week of Season 5, new weekly hunts will unlock. You can tackle them solo or as a squad. These hunts are PvE missions that will see you go up against AI controlled enemies and escape Titanfall style in a drop ship at the end. So if you missed it, Fortnite's Party Royale concept was just what we needed. And this is coming from Riley McLeod on Kotaku. Fortnite's new non-violent Party Royale mode held its first big event, a concert of 3 different EDM musicians. It was more modest than in-game events we've seen recently, but like so many Fortnite events, I feel too old for this. Its exuberant charm won me over. Dylan Francis, Steve Aoki, and Deadmo5 played short sets at the Party Royale Island's main stage. A jagged floating screen saw over panels on a beach. There were some technical glitches, some musicians' mics didn't work right away, and my sound cut in and out periodically. But overall, the event worked like you'd expect. A mess of Fortnite players in weird costumes dancing and bouncing and trying to pet my dog. And speaking of Fortnite's Party Royale, this has definitely reeled me back into the realm of Fortnite. And just exploring the new mode has given me such a tremendous idea that I will look into more, I will research more into, and I will keep you guys posted over on the Discord as well as social media. So, let me give you guys a little tease. I'm planning to showcase, or host, I should say, a kind of a virtual get-together via Fortnite's Party Royale as a doorway. So there could be many other doorways leading to a virtual meetup, but this is one of the main ways that I'm looking into. Just to give you guys something to look forward to. And to bring us as a community even closer together during this time of social distancing. And last but not least, Destiny 2 is making big changes to the Eververse this fall. This was written by Phil Hornsaw on GameSpot. A whole bunch of changes are in the offering for Destiny 2 in its next content year, with Bungie altering the rewards you get in-game and the premium customization items you can purchase. Starting this fall, you'll have new options for customization for your characters and new ways to earn currency to earn premium cosmetics without having to pay for them. Director Luke Smith details some of the changes in the latest this week at Bungie's blog post, which includes the addition of transmogrification, which also gives players a bunch of new armor customization options. The biggest alteration to the Eververse store, which players can buy cosmetic items for premium currency purchased with real money, is in what it sells. Starting in year 4, the Eververse store won't sell items that are share visual themes with items you'd earn from activities such as raid in games, meaning you won't have to purchase cool looks for certain weapons, armor, or accessories. You'll earn them. You'll also even have more ways of earning Bright Dust, a premium currency you can use in the Brightverse store that you get from completing in-game activities rather than spending real money. Smith writes, the Bright Dust will be easier to earn, and methods of doing so will be account-specific rather than character-specific, which is great. So finally, Smith writes that Destiny's Raid and Dungeons and the Trials of Osiris multiplayer event, collectively known as aspirational activities, will soon get new rewards. In addition to the weapons and armor you could already get from a lot of these activities, they also include at least one vanity accessory too, like a ghost shell or a ship. Trials for Osiris will get new armor starting in Season 13, the season after the start of Year 4. And the game's next raid will include armor and weapon rewards, as usual, alongside with new accessories to earn. Smith writes that even more changes are in store for Year 4, but they didn't offer any more details. This is already quite a bit, though, and should answer a lot of the complaints players have had in Destiny 2's Year 3. We can expect more details as we inch closer to the Destiny 2's next content year, but we will still have a long way off. We're currently in Season 10, which concludes in June. And also, as another reminder, Bungie has announced that Destiny 2 will be released on the next generation of consoles, so including the PlayStation 5 as well as the Xbox Series X. So let's move on to the last and final segment of the show. What we have been playing. As you all are aware, I'm a Xbox Game Pass for PC subscriber, so I've been playing Ori Will of the Wisp, with such a tremendous, well-made game. Animal Crossing with such a way of relaxation, and just get your mind out of the real world and just enjoy your in-island adventure. Let's see what else have I been playing. I got back into Fortnite, so we're going to be incorporating that into the streams, hopefully starting tomorrow. I've downloaded a couple more games in Game Pass, so hopefully I'll be able to stream them throughout the week. Let me see if there's any last minute news that I may have missed. Let's see. Not seeing anything. Yeah, seems we're all good on the gaming news. And if you feel like we've gotten something wrong, let us know in chat, or even let us know on Discord, and we could bring that up on our next episode. So thank you guys so much for tuning in another episode of the Impact Play. If you feel like we're making an impact into your life, let us know on social media. Let us know by rating us and giving us a review on your favorite podcast platforms such as Spotify, Google and Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and more by visiting our link page at anchor.fm/theimpactplay. Again, that's anchor.fm/theimpactplay. You can even send us a voice note that may even be featured on a future show. So thank you guys so much. Have a great one. Stay positive, stay humbled, stay blessed, and above all, stay safe. Yagu out.